Hey, how you doing? I'm Aurelio DeLarosa. I'm the founder and lead instructor with COMANI LLC. We're a training division in the northern Illinois area, particularly the Rockford, Illinois area. Today I'm going to be talking about simunitions and how it relates to good firearms training. I've been a 25-year veteran of law enforcement. One of the problems that we're having using simunition is round stack up in the barrel. I've got a Glock blue gun, sim gun, and we've got the force-on-force marker painting ammunition. We've got it in 9mm, and then we also have it in 5.56. And for the 5.56, we've got a standard Bushmaster that's been modified with a blue marking bolt. Okay, so again, one of the problems that we were having in law enforcement is during simunitions training, we're getting stack up in the round or in the barrels. As a result of that, we have to stop training and address that problem. Spartamax came out, they evaluated our problem, and their solution was the SGO SRL. It is a simunition round lubricant. They make it in this particular bottle here, and it states simunition round lubricant, and it works great. What we found is that when we take this lubricant and we spray it down into the barrel of our simunition pistols, front part, get it nice and wet, we're able to run several magazines, 2, 3, 4 mags before we have any stoppage or any rounds built or stacking up in the barrels. The same is also true for our AR-15s. So I'm going to shotgun this AR-15. I'll pull the bolt out, and once again what we do is we'll take the spray, we spray it into the chamber, get it nice and wet in there, and let that drip down into the barrel. And what we're finding out is when properly lubricated and when these things are running, we're not having the rounds stacking up that we were getting before. And that's critical because at times we want to finish the training and not have to pause on training or during a scenario to address the malfunctions that we're having. We can all relate to that problem. And so today we're going to do a little test fire showing the spraying of the rifles, or a rifle and the pistol, and then putting rounds on our dummy right there so that you can see that these weapons are pretty good to go without any malfunctions. Okay, so I've got the FX Blue Glock pistol. I'm going to load it again with the force-on-force simunition marking rounds. Target is the dummy, and we're going to see how many magazines we can run through this before we get any stack up. Three magazines, no problem. Okay, I'm loading another 3 magazines. Once we get done loading these 3 magazines, we're going to give it another round and see how many magazines we can run through before we get round stack up. All right, so we're continuing with our test, and this is our magazines 4, 5, and 6. We have not cleaned this firearm since we last fired it, and so continuing on. Four, five, six, not a problem. All right, continuing on with our tests, we're at magazines 7, 8, and 9. They're fully loaded. Again, the same FX sim gun. Again, no malfunctions. And if you look at our target, our dummy, there's nothing around or on the outside of the dummy. I've been aiming center mass of our dummy. If you look around, we got a little bit of splatter, but hardly anything. So the rounds are staying where they're supposed to go. All right, so right now, it appears that we're getting barrel bore efficiency because none of the rounds are going off target. They're staying where they're supposed to hit. And that's a huge, huge win or success for us. Because, again, in training, you want to have the best possible training and the best possible outcome of that training. All right, so we're continuing on with our test. Again, the same pistol, and we're on 10, 11, and 12. Hopefully we can get through all 3 magazines. That's 12 magazines total without any hiccups. The product speaks for itself. Let's go down there. When you look here, there's no barrel bore efficiency, or there is barrel bore efficiency. There are no rounds going off the intended target. That's what we're looking for. That way we can get good training scenarios, get good hits where they're supposed to be, and make the most of your training. So the better your guns run, the more training you can do. How you doing? Aurelio DeLarosa. I'm the founder and owner of COMANI LLC, which is a training group located in the Rockville, Illinois metro area. Today we're going to talk about simunition training. I've got a Glock blue simunition pistol. I've got a Bushmaster AR-15 loaded with the simunition bolt. I got 2 magazines of sim rounds. The simunition rounds that we're using are produced by Spear Law Enforcement, Force on Force, and they're the marker training ammunition. As you see, we got them in 5.56 and a 9mm. The reason for today's topic is in law enforcement training, in military training, one of the things that is very obvious when these guns are not lubricated, what happens is you get round backup in the barrel of the gun. okay, particularly in here. And at times, what happens is you'll shoot one, it stops right about here, never makes it out, and then the following gets stacked up. What we found is that when that takes place, we have to stop training and address that problem. So at times it happens right in the middle of a scenario, and it's at the worst possible moment, and we have to pause on our training, so we can't fulfill the objective. We turned to Spartamax, which is a local company located here in the Rockford metro area. And their solution to our problem was the SGO SRL, Spartamax gun oil, simunition round lubricant. Okay, it is this particular product here. All that we're doing, to be perfectly honest, is just spraying it in the barrel, the front of the barrel, and we're letting it soak. That's it. Today we ran 12 magazines without any hiccups, without any problem whatsoever, whereas before, without this product, we would have stopped our training to address that problem. So it makes no sense to be in the middle of a scenario trying to take a bore cleaner and clean the stacked up rounds. And at times, if you're familiar with round stoppage, it takes an act of God at times to clear the marking rounds from within here, because what happens is as the round turns, it heats up and it causes that static buildup in the barrel, and they just wedge tight. And so with this product, we're not having any of that buildup, and we're able to get through some great training scenarios.